But now Steve Rockingham is a driver, a popular member of the Slowly Sideways organisation, and always turns up at these events here and at Goodwood and all the rest of it, and really enjoys driving this very powerful car that was developed and probably thought to try and take over and emulate the big Austin Healey's that were so successful in the 60s, but it's never really actually winning top success. And it's a very powerful beast. It was developed by a bar, especially to win the World Rally Championship, and it did do so in 1983. And as the manufacturer, Walter Rall and Marco Allen, who you see here, drove it in the championship in 1983. So now we've got a race retro. The big Ford display main exhibition hall. I'm sure you all have been down there, or you'll be going down there, and you can see for yourself the splendid display of various Ford cars from the different eras. And let's remember that the Ford for 30 years did actually dominate World Rally. Very, very successful. That's a great example of the Rockman's livery. So as I said before, we have this demonstration run. It's not being timed for any competitive purpose or any awards or anything, but it's a nice demonstration of these cars that used to rally all over the world in International Rally outright, a forest International Forest Rally, and that's Russell won one or two cars they used in that 85 British Open Rally Championship. So Russell should be able to find his way around, I'm sure, and I've certainly been here to Stoneleigh several years, if not every one of the 5 years that we've had this rally, twisty, tortuous rally it is. And this car won that outright. So it's a maxi turbo developed by Renault Sport in France for tarmac rallying. So it's in its element here, at least it's on tarmac most of the time anyway. So that drivers, David Llewellyn, won the on the Lombard RAC rally and on the Manx International Rally where he was second, and it was also driven by Roger Clark at one point. So it's done a lot of demonstrations at Slowly Sideways events all over Europe. They did it. Another Audi. The Audi is of course very successful in World Championship galore, and rallying when four-wheel drive came in. This is the ex-Michel Mouton rally to the clouds, as they call it, the Pikes Peak Hill Climb, an amazing attempt of Michel Mouton. Second, the Colorado Rockies. So these cars, they're all tremendous history, and it is such an excellent gathering, and we do thank the Slowly Sideways group, who is represented here particularly by Steve Davis and one of these fellows. This was a car that was driven by Steve Blomqvist, Sweden, Portuguese, remarkable. In 1973, he drove a Ford Escort. Driving now, but it was a tremendous drive by Marco Allen in those early days. They're getting onto the grass now. That's what Escorts are good at. The guys used to say that you could always steer it with the rear end. As long as the back end didn't come past you, you were all right. You see how sold as a road car, and then it was rebuilt with all the modern equipment that was required for rallying. And it's the name of the driver here. This is Nigel Mummery who's driving it, and he purchased it in June 2007, so he hasn't had it very long. And he said he had it converted to right-hand drive. It was left-hand drive, but he's too old to start to learn how to drive left-hand. So there we are, Nigel Mummery in the RS200. Rallying those welcome to the Isle of Man, like so many successful drivers do, where motorsport is quite a pastime. So now we've got two Porsches out on the track. The first one then, the 911 SC, and then all sorts of experts who know about these mechanics in the 80s. And Arivatsan and I say won the World Championship there, and this car was driven, this particular one was driven in many of the European ones. Alan Watkins, who is a great enthusiast, gives instruction, and photographer's lecture anyway. Talking about the weather, the yellow headlights there. Compulsory in French rallies, French driving for that matter. Now a very interesting car, as I said earlier, this car which we do this car at all sorts of events, different events throughout Britain. So, and it was a car that Austin Rover, of course, competed in the World Championships in 1986. A 3-litre 90-degree V6 engine, 410 brake horsepower, lighter power car. Spectacular drove on the Olympics, in the Olympus Rally with John in the tag team with Johan Hankonen at that time. And it went down to New Zealand, and it was used out there for quite a lot of the time before Kevin purchased it via Andrew Metcalf, and Kevin has a long sense. And indeed, he takes the wheel himself sometimes and enjoys friendship with Russell whenever he can. And he's a Midlands driver that had a great following. This makes me shown moved on Audi Sport Quattro that was built for the Pikes Peak Rally.
You watch it.
I think it's in my pocket.
Pikes Peak Hill Climb, which is the race to the cloud. And 1985, he showed 11 minutes 25.39 seconds. Anyway, it's a bit flatter when you hear today with the car. Hamlin, who's a very good Audi expert and enthusiast, has brought along here. He's supported this event and various others a great deal, and it's nice that he should keep supporting these events.